just missed her. Hi, her son is visiting, so she wanted to go to whatever. He was going to go to Cheese Louise. You ever hear of that?
Yeah. I've never been, but I've heard of it.
He was going to go to Cheese Louise. You ever hear of that?
You're telling me.
I'm trying to check the sound. Yes. We had trouble last month, so I wanted to do it early. I think we're going to be fine. The clock is now the. We had trouble last month, so I wanted to do it early. I think we're going to be fine. The clock is now.
Okay, can you hear me, everybody? Shabbat Shalom. What a beautiful Shabbat. It is beautiful in here.
Is that loud enough for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to leave it on. This is just the regular camera. I'm going to put this on Zoom now and leave it there. Yeah, me too. Yeah, you can see both of us and doesn't get in our way.
It doesn't also get any, bright. Remember how we would get that?
Yes.
Whatever it's called, the aura of the light.
Well, I turned the outside lights off. But it seems to be. We'll look again on YouTube. I think it's okay. Maybe because of where the sun is, we can switch it back to the normal way. Where's my Zoom? Okay, so you think I should mute people so they don't talk? Sometimes I want them to talk,
If we were to be singing along, okay, but if they're talking, okay, forget it.
Suspend participant activities. No, can't do that. Okay. So that's done. Participants. Mute all, but they can unmute themselves. Here. Good. Now they're all muted. They can see us and hear us, but we can't hear them. Good. So are you ready for, what are we doing this in 2 weeks on May, the Yom HaShoah thing? Oh, it's next week. I thought it was a week. I'm losing time because I'm going to Israel and everything is compressed.
I'm telling you, this week, next week, the following feels very compressed.
Yeah.
But it is next Wednesday. Yes.
What time?
Here, 6:30.
6:30. Okay.
I don't expect you to have looked at it, but I did.
I did look at it quickly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we can change a reading or not do it all together, but
No, I'll leave it just the way it is. Looked good to me.
and we'll hand out for people to follow. And we won't know.
That's fine. Hello, Steve. Let's see what we got here. Switch to gallery view. There we go. So we have a men's social club event that night at 6 downstairs, so which is fine. That means poker game.
I was going to say, could they come and feel a little bit and then go continue?
Since it's 20 minutes, yeah, I think so. And so we'll have 8 more in the audience, or 7 more. Yeah, we can do that. I was trying to figure out who's taller, you or Dawn, but you're taller than she is.
Am I?
Yeah.
It's not,
Have you met?
not very common.
Have you met Nancy?
I have.
Nancy's shorter than you.
Yeah.
Nancy's taller than Dawn. Yeah, she's like here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think she's a dwarf. Not really, but she's very small.
Yeah, I would love to meet her and also, welcome her to Maine because she moved.
She just moved last week.
She just moved.
Last Monday was her first day, and she moved just before that. And then she bought a house, which she's closing that on the house on Monday.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she bought in the old Jewish neighborhood over by Temple Bethel and
Yeah, North
Shari
Deering
Tavila.
or like, yeah.
Well, it's in the
It's actually
it's like near Woodford's.
yeah, yeah.
But my rabbi in Cantor used to live on that street, so that's where all the Jewish people lived. And she had no idea, but it's a very nice neighborhood.
God. And
Yeah.
how old is her son that came to visit?
Well, she's the youngest one. I think is 18 or 19. She's got one out of college, one in college. She looks like she's old enough to go to high school herself, so
Right.
you have something in common.
That will
Yeah, I think
change.
you'll like her. She's a little, she's not conservative, let me put it that way. She has a red streak in her hair, and she wears
Well, she has
green
to make herself
fingernails.
noticeable.
Oh, believe me, you notice her.
And that's good.
In a good way, yeah.
No,
yeah.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean it in a good way.
Right.
Okay.
So where's our people? They've been coming in like at 6 on the dot.
Yeah, they've been coming in right on time. I don't know. I know someone who's coming, but yeah, we gotta get our crew back in the building. I'm gonna tell everybody on Monday
Okay.
to come.
And then we have that opera in the Pines thing coming up. I got to meet with that woman who wants to do the service with me. I don't know
Right.
what I want her to do, but she's not a cantor.
Well, but I mean, you don't need to be a cantor to sing.
No.
So
No.
I'm sure she'll do.
I'm sure she said she was a cantorial soloist. So I guess she's Jewish.
No, if she wants to do it, she must know the liturgy.
Some of it.
Some of it.
So I'll go over it with her. They're having the play on Thursday night here, and then Friday night our service, and then Saturday night another play for Anne Frank. It's the opera of Anne Frank.
So she's doing
Two operas, two
Thursday.
plays. Thursday in 2 weeks. Thursday and then Saturday night. It's a one-woman play. She's the only person in it.
Wow.
I think there's 17 different scenes.
Does she
So
have
which-
accompaniment or just?
Yes, she does. Keyboard of some kind.
And is it going to be performed here? Or
Right
what?
here.
Okay.
Right here on this stage.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so let's take a look.
yes.
Do you see that? Seems bright enough to me. How about to you?
Yes.
Okay, so that's with the full lighting behind us and partial lighting in the front.
Yeah, I think that's perfect.
Okay.
It looks lovely.
If I turn those on, then
I
it
think
gave
it
it
might be a little
too glary.
Too glary.
Okay.
What time is it, by the way?
It is,
Oh,
we have
no,
5 more
We
minutes.
have like an
5, you're
eternity
early.
until
You're
6.
early today.
We have time. We have time.
Tomorrow we have Yizkor, so
Yes, I am actually going to Adassi Shore tomorrow morning.
are you helping do Yizkor for them?
I'm gonna help them do 8th day of Pesach.
Oh, very nice.
So, as you know, it's a big service for any lay leader to take upon themselves,
Yeah.
with Yizkor and Hallel. I like to do Hallel. I like
Yeah, me
those
too.
Psalms, and so yeah.
Yeah, it's we have fun with Hallel. And there's Ted. Hi, Ted. How are you? Ted said he's just great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't hear you, Ted, but everything looks great. Even if you yell at us, we can't really hear you.
It's-
But that's good. We see your face, and you look ready for Shabbat.
We see your face and all the rest of you too.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome. Nathan, this is have you met Rabbi Berenson before?
Yes, hi. How are you? Good, good, good.
So Nathan has been part of the class that literally just concluded that I taught for the past year.
Oh, really?
The Shechet Tzibur class, and he's joining us.
Oh, well, Nathan, then
tonight.
could you, if you've done that class, would you take my place tonight? You know, my part is so small, you could actually do it pretty easily.
So good to see you. Shabbat Shalom. So we have booklets and a single handout right at the entrance for you, for anybody who's joining in person. People tend to, it's going to be probably a very small crowd, and people tend to come right on the hour. So that's our prayer book, and then you can take one of
You
these.
folks on Zoom, we are live. Can you hear me okay with a nod? Okay, we're live on Zoom and on YouTube, and last month we had trouble with both, so we've muted the Zoom, so you can hear us and we can see your smiling faces, but we can't hear you. And Zoom, YouTube, we checked out and it seems to be fine. So whatever our problems were, they're behind us right now. And we even still have some Passover coffee kick left. Life is good. This was your first home? Yeah. Not only that, do you remember what it looked like once you got in here? You probably don't, but there was a fake ceiling here, and the walls were peeling. And oh, you were downstairs? Yeah. You could barely use the building at all. So I didn't know you were in her class. That's good. Hi, how are you? Shabbat Shalom. Tilly. So I have a Facebook friend whose name is Tilly Willie. She's a Jewish girl, and I thought it was you, and so I wished her a happy birthday. And I forgot I'd met her on the trip to Russia. So Tilly Willie is not, Tilly Weil. Yeah, you can look her up on Facebook. Be her friend. Tilly Willie. I know. She'd even, because she's religious, she'd even be interested to know it. Hey, they call it Tilly. Maybe that's not her name. Maybe her name's Tehillim too. Yeah. This is a test rehearsal for next week. It's not 2 weeks from now. It's next week, Our Yom HaShoah thing.
It's next week.
Yeah, it's not 2 weeks. Don't. So make sure you show up next Wednesday.
I will. You
Okay.
show up.
I hope my head is healed by then. Yesterday.
Make sure you're not playing poker.
I'll make sure that we're not. I took
At least you.
I definitely won't. I banged my head on a corner of a shelf yesterday, and it took me like 20 minutes to get the bleeding to stop. It's a chunk out of my head.
Oh,
So I'm hoping by next week I won't remember it for Remembrance Day. That's true too. Well, I think we can start, and others will join us, but we have a minyan already.
Okay.
Between the Zoomsters and the Livesters.
Zoomsters and Livesters.
Oh, let me move this.
YouTubers.
The YouTubers, oh yeah. How many YouTubers do we have? I don't know.
Well, Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom, Cantor.
It's wonderful to be with all of you, those who are here in person and on Zoom and joining on YouTube. It's an opportunity to connect wherever you are and to be here however you are and however you feel today. So I am going to begin with a nigun, a wordless melody, an opportunity to get our breathing going and to sing along and make our way into Shabbat. And I am certain that you know this melody and you have not sung this enough during Pesach.
Well, that put me in the mood.
Good.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are joining in person, there is a reading that I invite you to turn to in the insert, in the single sheet that you have. So one side has some songs, the other side has a reading in English. For those of you who are attending virtually, this is an opportunity to listen, and hopefully this will resonate with you as well. So this says, and please join me in reading in English, 15 steps of gratitude, 15 steps to freedom for the Passover Seder. So I know that we have had enough Sederim, hopefully. But nevertheless, this is our last day of Pesach and an opportunity to still bring those themes and topics to our minds and our hearts and to reflect on them. So I thought we would share this together.
Can I just say one thing for the people who may not have the benefit of reading this? These are the 15 steps that we undertake for each Seder, and we're going to have a line or two of explanation on each one.
Kadesh. In
gratitude for moments we sanctify time, welcome each other, and welcome the stranger.
Urchatz.
In gratitude for Mayim Chaim, the living waters, for cleansing, second chances, and fresh starts.
Karpas.
In gratitude for Mother Earth, the fields and forests that harness greenhouse gases and sustain life, and for new beginnings.
Yahatz.
In gratitude for the ability and courage to face all that is broken and in need of repair in our world and within ourselves.
Magid.
In gratitude for stories that remind us of our journey, connect us to our ancestors, instill hope, and inspire our desire to walk a path of blessing and redemption. In gratitude for the many opportunities we have to say thank you and for being commanded to bless. In gratitude for the land, the air, the sun and rain, and the many hands that work in concert with supernal forces to bring us bread from the earth. In gratitude for sustenance and simplicity. In gratitude for the faith that allows us to hold on, even by a thread, in times of crisis and hardship, giving way to deepened compassion for all who are suffering. In gratitude for the capacity to taste the bitter and the sweet, to feel pain and joy, to hold grief and beauty, and to be stretched large by both. In gratitude to all those whose hands till, sow, harvest, and tend the earth, package, distribute, transport, shop, chop, simmer, bake, and stir in the preparation of this festive meal.
Tzafun,
In gratitude for the hidden and revealed, for trust in our true north, and the good things that come to all who wait.
Barech,
In gratitude for fulfillment and the source of everything, through which all blessings flow.
Hallel, in
Gratitude for the freedom to sing, to offer up our praises to the Most High, the breath that breathes through all life. Hallelujah.
Nirtza,
In gratitude for the journey that does not end, in gratitude to gratitude, a path of liberation pointing us toward justice, redemption, and wholeness, a better world for all, a land of promise.
And so we continue on page 1 as we light our Shabbat candles.
Please join with me if you're at home or if you are here in our congregation. These lights are only flickering flames, page 1, yet flames illumine our uncertain steps. Flames purify and renew, soften and refine. They brighten and make warm. Flames remind us of Sabbaths long past and of their beauty that delighted our hearts. May they inspire us to work for the great Sabbath of peace. I invite you now in your insert to turn to the other side of the page where you find the words on the bottom of the page to Shir Adonai, Shir Chadash. And so if you are at home joining on YouTube or from Zoom and you don't have these words, you're always welcome to sing Lai Lai Lai. And the words we sing, Shir Adonai, Shir Chadash, mean we sing a new song unto God. Shir Adonai, Shir Chadash, Shir Adonai, Kol Haaretz, Shir Adonai, Baruch Shemo, Basrom Liyom Liyom Yeshuato, Zapru V'Goyim, Kol ha'amim nivleotav ki gadol Adonai kol ha'olam me'od noraou al kol Elohim
We continue now on page 4 as we welcome Shabbat as our beloved Lecha Dodi.
לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, חדורי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. שמעו וזכו בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה לך דודי. לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי. לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תהילה לך דודי. לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי. לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. מקדש מלך יהיה מלוכה, קומי צאי מתוך ההפכה, רב לך שבת בעמק הבכה, והוא יחמול עלייך חמלה לך דודי. לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי. לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. בואי בשלום עטרת בעלה, כאן בשמחה ובצער, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך דודי. לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי. לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
If you're able, I invite you to remain standing for the Baruch Hu on page 6.
Tobin?
No,
Oh,
this
no,
is by a
we're similar.
composer named Rochelle Siegel.
Rochelle Siegel.
Yeah, it's a beautiful melody.
Sounds
So
Jewish.
you are invited to be seated. We are on page 6. In the middle of the page in Hebrew, we read, Baruch ata Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidbaro ma'ariv arabim, b'chokhmah poteach she'arim, ובתבונה משנה עיתים, ומחליף את הזמנים, ומסדר את הכוכבים, במשמרותיהם ברקיע כרצונו, בורא יום ולילה, גולל אור מפני חושך, וחושך מפני אור, ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו, אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד, Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. Page 7 on the top of the page. We are the recipients of an eternal love, and we are grateful for it, and we recognize it, and so we sing Ahavat Olam on the top of the page. Ahavat Olam Beit Israel, Torah u'mitzvot, chokim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Halaken Adonai Eloheinu, b'shofenu u'ekumenu, nasiach b'chuk echad, ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי אין חיינו באורך ימינו ובהם הנגב יומם ולילה. מאהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל.
Amen. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
So we are going now to be on page 8, and we will normally chant this first paragraph of the Ve'ahavta in Hebrew, but I'd like to do it in English today. And if you want to maybe think about this as we read it together in the English, so we just sang Ahavat Olam, which is this gift of love that we really don't have to do anything to receive. God gives us eternal love, and we give really nothing to God in return. It is a gift given to us. So what are we expected to do in return? Not something necessarily for God or to God, but something for the generations to come, to teach our children. And that is our gift. So we read together in English the bottom of the page, Ve'ahavta by Mark G. Piercy. So you shall love what is holy with all your courage, with all your passion, with all your strength.
Let the words that have come down shine in our words and our actions. We must teach our children to know and understand them. We must speak about what is good and holy within our homes. When we are working, when we are at play, when we lie down, and when we get up. Let the work of our hands speak of goodness. Let it run in our blood and glow from our doors and windows. We should love ourselves, for we are of God. We should love our neighbors as ourselves. We should love the stranger, for we were once strangers in the land of Egypt, and have been strangers in all the lands of the world since. Let love fill our hearts with its clear, precious water. Heaven and earth observe how we cherish or spoil our world. Heaven and earth watch whether we choose life or choose death. We must choose life, so our children's children may live. Be quiet and listen to the still small voice within that speaks in love. Open to that voice, hear it, heed it, and work for life. Let us remember and strive to be good. Let us remember to find what is holy within and without.
Page 9. Who is like you, O God? Mi chamocha balim Adonai. Mi chamocha balim Adonai.
Mi chamocha neder b'kodesh. Nora tehilot o sefele.
Nora tehilot
o sefele.
מלאכותך רוב עניך בוקר היום לפני משה זה לי הנוב ים אמרו אדוני מלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהי ישראל.
Amen.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים. ושמור עצתנו לחיים ושלום ואתה השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים. Blessed are you, Adonai, who spreads a shelter of peace over us, over all of his people Israel, and over Jerusalem. We turn now to page 10. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. כששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. יתגדל ויתקדש שם רבה,
אמן.
ילמד יברך חירותה וימלך מלכותה.
חייך וביומך ובחייך בית ישראל. פגלה, פגלה, ובזמן קריב תאמרו אמן. ישמע רבה מבורך, לעולם עולם מעולמיו, יזבורך.
יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתהלל, ויתהלל שמה וקודשה.
ברכו
אלא מן כל ברכתה ושירתה.
תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירון ויומו, תאמרו אמן.
At this time, I invite you all, wherever you are, to stand if you're able, and to stand in whatever ways you're capable to. A little bit of teaching from a teaching that I had earlier this month on the standing prayer. Of course, we think that that means just to literally stand up and recite it on our feet, but maybe think about, what else are we rising to? What else are we opening ourselves to so that we are able to recite these words? And we will begin on page 11, and we will do the first sections, the first three prayers together. And after that, I invite you to continue either with the Hebrew words or the English words in the booklet, in the prayer book, or alternatively with your own prayers, those written in your own hearts. This is ultimately our private prayer and the time in which we can connect in whichever ways we feel that we need to. So we are on page 11. Adonai שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו אלוהי אברהם אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב הגדול הגיבור והנורא העליון גומר חסדים טובים וקונה הכל וזוכר חסדי אבות ומביא גאולה לפני בניהם למען שמו יאמר מלך עוזר מושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע מכלכל חיים בחסד בחיי הכל ברחמים רבים סומך נופלים ורופא חולים ומתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו משני עפור מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמנתה לחיות הכל ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יעללו סלע ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. And as we conclude at your own time with your private prayers and your meditations, I wanted to share a song with you that you don't have in your prayer books. So this is a listening moment. It is a song that words that we say in our Seder, and a melody that I bring to you all the way back from Argentina and from a dear mentor and cantor of mine, Rabbi Silvina Chemen. I learned this melody from her when I was a young girl. The words are in the Haggadah, and they say, in every generation, we are commanded to see ourselves as if we were the ones personally leaving Egypt. The whole door and it continues. So now there are three ways in which I think we can interpret these words. There isn't one truer than the other. So the first one is quite literally that we really should imagine that we were there with our ancestors leaving Egypt, and to try to imagine what they feel and to be connected to that. A second interpretation would be to think about in which ways we are, in our days, in our times, enslaved ourselves, and which are the ways in which we want to free ourselves in this next season. And now a third one is a reminder that in every generation, there are those who are still fighting for their freedom. And our commitment to, as we claim our own freedom, to let others be free as well. So choose your own adventure and take this moment to reflect on that as I sing this melody, The Whole Door of a Door. The whole door of a door, Chayav Adam lirot et atzmo כאלו יצא ממצרים. בכל דור ודור חייב אדם לראות את עצמו כאילו יצא ממצרים. בכל דור ודור חייב אדם לראות את עצמו כאילו יצא ממצרים. May we be free. We continue now with our reading on page 17. Rabbi.
I have to do everything? Okay. Please read with me responsively. This is a time of year important to all the three Abrahamic religions, and we want to remember our Christian brothers, the Muslim brothers, and of course our own families as we recite in consecutive form, no religion is an island. No religion is an island. There is no monopoly on holiness.
We are companions of all who revere him. We rejoice when his name is praised.
No religion is an island. We share the kinship of humanity, the capacity for compassion.
The hand of God is extended to all who seek him. He is near to all who call upon him in truth.
God's Spirit rests upon all, Jew or Gentile, man or woman, in consonance with their deeds.
The creation of one Adam promotes peace. No one can claim my ancestry is nobler than yours.
There is no monopoly on holiness. There is no truth without humility.
We are diverse in our devotion and commitment. We must unite in working now for the kingship of God.
He is near to all who call upon him in truth. There can be disagreement without disrespect.
Let us help one another overcome hardness of heart. opening minds to the challenges of faith.
Should we hope for each other's failure, or should we pray for each other's welfare?
Let mutual concern replace remnants of mutual contempt as we share the precarious position of being human.
Have we not all one Father? Are we not all his children?
Let us not be guided by ignorance or disdain. Let lives of holiness illumine all our paths.
The hand of God is extended to all who seek him. Let our deeds reflect that we share the image of God.
Let those who revere the Lord speak one to another, leading everyone to acknowledge the splendor of God. And so we continue with Kiddush on page 21. That's a new Kiddushka.
It's an old one.
It's an old one that was turned into a new one.
Yes.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borech b'riah gafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav ורצה בנו בשבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחלנו זיכרון למעשה בראשית כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש זכר יציאת מצרים
אנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
L'chaim.
L'chaim, everybody.
L'chaim to you on Zoom and to you on YouTube. And to all of you, I want
So
just
good.
just take a very quick moment before we continue with the Svirta Omer to tell you that tomorrow is the last day of Pesach, so we have a service here for Yizkor, and it will be approximately 10:30, whether you're live or in Zoom. And if you want to say Yizkor, please join us one way or the other. Also, on Monday at 5 p.m., we have a service for our regular Mincha Mariv service, followed at 5:30 by our Board of Directors meeting with a special appearance by a mystery Cantor who shall remain nameless, but who's standing beside me. And so if you'd like to come and see her, many of you who are looking from our directors and get a chance to meet her up close and personal. And that's all the announcements I'm going to take your time with for today, but we'll have more next week.
Yes, and also very quickly, that Wednesday night at 6:30 p.m., I believe, or 6 o'clock, check on the JCA's website. Rabbi Berenson and I are hosting here, both live, in person, and virtually, the Yom HaShoah observance for the community here in Southern Maine. So we hope that you'll join us. It will be about 20 to 25 minutes of an opportunity to be together and to remember. We are counting the Omer. And so now in your additional sheet, single sheet, where you have some Hebrew there and some English and so forth, let's try this melody. Hineni mochanum zuman, hineni mochanum zuman, hineni mochanum zuman, lakaya mitzvot aseh, shasefirat haomer, hineni mochanum zuman, כמו שכתוב בתורה, הנני מוכן ומזומן, וספרתם לכם ממחרת השבת, הנני מוכן ומזומן, מיום אביאכם את עומר התנופת, הנני מוכן אוכל ומזומן, שבע שבתות תמימות יהנן, עד ממחרת השבת השביעית, תספרו 50 יום. And so the blessing, blessed are you, Adonai our God, creator of time and space, who sanctifies us with your mitzvot and commanded us to count the Omer. היום שבעה ימים, שהם שבוע אחד לעומר. Today is 7 days, which are 1 week of the Omer. Page 21, if you're able, we rise for Aleinu. No, now 21.
Yeah.
22.
Oh, okay.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא אותנו כגויי ארצות, ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוצא אורץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמס מלכנו אפס ולסוף, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום וישבת אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, והארץ מהארץ מתחת. אין עוד ונאמר אלוהי אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Now we will recite the Mourner's Kaddish, which we will find on page 23. It has been our custom to say out loud for whom we are saying Kaddish, if you would like to do so, and we have muted the people on our Zoom broadcast so that we wouldn't have interference with the other media. So tomorrow, please join us. We will read out loud or say out loud the names of the people for whom you are saying Kaddish. I know who they all are, most of you do, and we will keep them in mind as we recite the Kaddish. Does anybody here want to share for whom you are saying Kaddish? Okay. Please join with me on page 23 as we begin. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'alma divrach hirutei, v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, b'hagala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen.
Amen.
Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach li'olam malalmei olamaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpoar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudesha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiron bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim oleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imramav hu ya'aseh shalom Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. And although we're not saying Kaddish for her, I want to remember and keep in mind Maria Glazier, who fell and broke her hip, and she's in the hospital, and I hope that she'll be going to rehab very soon, and will be back with us very soon. Otherwise, she'd be here with us tonight.
So we conclude our service with Osei Shalom. If you need the words, you can find them on page 27.
What happened to Dayenu?
We're going to conclude our service with Dayenu because Rabbi follows my cue sheet and I don't follow my own cue sheet. It's good to end as we began. I wish you all a Shabbat Shalom. Yai dai dai dai, yai dai dai dai, yai dai dai dai, sing it, you know.
Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Otzianu, Otzianu, mi Mitzrayim, Otzianu, mi Mitzrayim, Dayenu, 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 Dayenu.
Last one.
Nasan lanu et Torah, nasan lanu et Torah, Dayenu, 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 Dayenu. Shabbat Shalom to all.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Hope to see many of you tomorrow.